Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ninth Legion. Let's play some more Stellaris. So, the first thing you might notice if you've watched the previous episode is we are now negative income on influence. I'm actually losing 0.64 per month. And unfortunately, the reason for this is we have just been humiliated by the Zavani remnant. Yes, they have taken a sudden and unexpected dislike to us, and they basically gave us an ultimatum. That was either accept being humiliated by them, or basically face all-out war, and I wasn't really prepared for that at the time, so we took the humiliation. Unfortunately, that happened just between episodes while I was advancing time, waiting for something interesting to happen, and boy did it. So, this is not a good thing. We now have a pissed-off fallen empire right next to us. Things could get worse, however. I mean, this could be an awakened fallen empire, an awakened empire rather than a fallen empire, at which point their military will become extremely powerful. I mean, if we compare the Zavani remnant to the awakened ascendancy of the Kanfari Crusaders, you will note a couple of big things here. Currently, the Zavani their fleet power and naval capacity is inferior to our own, although their technology is superior. The Kafari Crusaders, however, their fleet power is superior, their naval capacity is equivalent, and their technology level is superior. And the Kafari Crusaders have been waging war pretty much every single year since they awoke. And you can already see that some of the territory they've taken over here. They've expanded their territory up here quite massively, taken territory here, taken territory here, taken territory here. And I do believe they actually have a vassal state in there as well. Yeah, the Juvan Unified Territories are a protectorate. Who are the Juvans? Where are the Juvans? They're somewhere. So yeah, that's not good. Is that the Juvans? No. I don't know where the Juvans are. They're somewhere around here. And yeah. So we actually have an interesting choice here. I mean, we could wait to be attacked by the Fallen Empire, which I think is coming. You know. They could awaken and attack us at any moment, at which point they will start producing lots of ships. They will become quite powerful. Or, as we have a superior navy and a superior naval capacity, we could try and actually swing this around and actually launch an offensive of our own first. Some kind of preemptive strike. Now, the problem with this is, I don't know if our alliance is actually going to allow us to declare war on these guys. I haven't actually looked yet. Yeah, they don't want to declare war. I'm not surprised. It is a fallen empire. This is generally not considered a wise plan. And if we do this, they're going to be very pissed off with us. They will be pissed off at us forever. So we will need to... This needs to be a crushing blow. This needs to be a big war. We need to take as much territory in one go as is humanly possible. And... I mean, I'm not even sure what we can do. They only have a few systems. But I mean, what could we actually try and take from them? And what can we give the Bothrians? I mean, what would you guys want from this? Nothing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So, I mean, I could try and win the Bothrians over with, say, have a system. That does work. They do actually appreciate that. I could give the Fexklanger a humiliation. That's not quite enough. I mean, I would want to get at least one system from them. Yeah, see, my allies don't want me to have territory. This is the problem here. We could liberate one of the systems. This is the problem. The Federation is actually holding us back. Being in a Federation with extreme pacifists, the Bothrians are, I believe, fanatic pacifists. They just don't want to go to war. They barely want to defend themselves half the time. And this is becoming kind of a problem here. Oh, Confederate Crusaders are there as well. Jesus, okay. Oh, they've taken on the Mandate of Yim. Yes. Okay. The hierarchy of Duo-Wactra is growing quite strong, though. We probably need to try and forge some closer relations with these guys. I wouldn't mind inviting them to the Federation. And it looks like they are actually pretty close to agreeing. Only negative 17. Both the Vexlanger and the Bothrians would agree. But okay. What I am going to do, I am going to move the fleet over to Bogor. We're going to put them in orbit of Bogor Tertius over here. I'm upgrading that spaceport to include the engineering bay, so that the ship upkeep is a little bit reduced, and we can also repair there. Basically, this will be a good frontier point, you know, a forward operating base should this war get declared. We will also be building another construction ship, because currently my 2 construction ships, I realised our borders have expanded a little bit recently, and we have a bunch of stuff to go build. But I also want to fortify this system with a couple of fortresses, and basically try and get this place defended as possible. If you have the fleet here, 3 spaceports with missiles, and a couple of forts, we can actually put up a decent fight. So we're going to unpause and start going through this, but basically we need to play a little bit of a waiting game. I need to make up my mind what I want to do with the Federation. I mean, we could just leave the Federation. The Federation does actually cost us some of our naval capacity as well, so we can have a bigger fleet outside of that. Now we have different rules. Ooh! Oh god, now the Canfari Crusaders are getting annoyed at me. So the Awakened Ascendancy are saying, you can be saved yet, bow to wisdom, follow the will of the cosmos and pay your tithe. My tithe of what, game? What am I agreeing to? I don't know what they want. Pay your tithe. I don't know what this... Oh, Dominion. Okay, so they're offering Dominion status. It would be nice if this said here that what they were asking for. But okay, it does say up here, offer Dominion status. I don't know what that is. Does that mean become a protectorate? I don't want to become a protectorate of the Canfari Crusaders. What is Dominion status? Sometimes, game, you could be kind of more useful. What's Dominion? Can I... Maybe if I look at someone who's really weak. Who's the weakest person out there than a Gorilla Kingdom? No, you're already a vassal of someone, unsurprisingly. Who's the weakest person who's not a vassal? Oh, Mandate of Yim. Okay, unsurprising. I mean, nothing's actually called Dominion that I can see. It's got to be like vassalization or protectorate or something like that. Neither of which we want to agree to. I mean, I don't know what happens if I agree, I don't know what happens if I decline. This is actually a terrible screen, this tells me nothing. But we're going to decline it, because screw that. We'll fight. We'll take you all on if we have to. So I'm going to guess they're really pissed off with me as well. Oh my god. Oh yeah, we refused subjugation. Negative 200. Oh man. Okay, right. So we could get attacked from this front, or we could get attacked from up here. All of those are bad things. I mean, we're pulling the first fleet back to here. Any of these systems are pretty well defended. I mean, Sol is very well defended. 3 fortresses, multiple space stations. Could have the fleet in there quite happily. Let's pull the frontier, the transport fleet back off the frontier. Have them in Earth orbit. They'll be at least protected there. We are researching jump drives as well. That's a very good tech. It's a dangerous tech, for reasons that may become clear later on. But it will allow us to move our ships much faster. We won't be tied to these jump lanes anymore. And I think I will upgrade to that as soon as we can. Complete. In fact, oh, plus 5% minerals. More minerals are always nice. What else can we get? Extra hull points? We really need to upgrade our engineering facilities, but I think I'm going to work on the hull points, because we kind of need that if we're going to go to War of the Fallen Empire. Or an Awakened Ascendancy. I cannot talk today. This is the first recording of the day, and I just cannot talk. Okay, I have a new construction ship. Right, build me a military station. I want a Terra-class fortress here, right between those 2 spaceports. So the idea is, this will make them... Any fleet that attacks this area will have to jump into this point. They'll get attacked by the fortress, and they'll get attacked by both spaceports. It might not win. I mean, a big fleet, like my fleet, 100k, you can't build enough fortifications to defeat that. But it should do some damage. And if, say, my fleet's over here, they can then sweep in and start attacking as well. In fact, or my fleet's up here. I don't know. My fleet will be around nearby to try and defend this area. And we now have jump drives. Jump drives, a groundbreaking technological marvel. The jump drive shreds the local space-time continuum and rearranges it on the quantum level to be identical to that of the target destination, and thus the ship appears to near instantly jump from system to system. That is really cool. And I think we will upgrade to that. We will upgrade to that right after we go for this one. Extra 5% energy credits per month. That'd be quite nice. 41 months away, and that's going to take a while, unfortunately. So you are going to build that fortress. Once you finish building that fortress, I actually want you to build a Sol class fortress over here. Now the Sol class have long-range bomber wings, so I actually want to put a couple of these around, kind of around the fortress. So the enemy fleet attacking this system will jump into this point here. They have to jump into this point. They'll then get attacked by the spaceport, and two defense stations. So that's pretty much as much firepower as we can get. You can't fit that many stations in one system. I would actually like it if you could actually build more stations. Fixed physical defenses are very nice sometimes, and this game doesn't really appreciate them as much. Oh, and we've also got a minefield, so that's kind of cool. I like that. I mean, the defense platforms have a lot of guns on them, don't get me wrong. You know, we've got point defense, plasma cannons, small Gauss cannon, disruptors, missiles, artillery, kinetic artillery. We've got shield dampeners and a subspace snare. Then we've got the defense stations with long-range missiles, bomber rings, more plasma cannons, Gauss cannon, point defense of their own, and they've got a lot of hull points and shields. I mean, the fortress, 11,200 hull points and 2,100 shields. That's not bad, although it is only 1.1k military power. Wow, that's actually quite low. I could have sworn. Did I build the wrong one? Oh, damn, I did. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted a Sol class fortress. Okay, well, we'll have to rebuild that momentarily. Right. So we are losing influence, which is bad.
Construction complete.
We should be okay. The negative modifier is only for 10 years. I think we'll survive. We just can't afford to spend any influence right now. What I can do is speak to the Curator Enclave, and let's see. They're already aiding us in our research, that's fine. Yeah, I don't actually know any trade enclaves, so I can't trade for minerals. That would be really good if I could trade for minerals. I would have liked that. There was an unidentified space station around here somewhere. I think it's been destroyed, which is kind of alarming. And the Terrafian hierarchy won't let me get my science ship over there to actually investigate it. Oh boy, okay. We've got a bunch of military ships coming off the line. Did I just build a bunch of battleships? It looks like I built a bunch of battleships, which is nice. We're still under our military cap, so probably want to build more of those. That science ship needs to be helping out somewhere. Go help out Alpha Centauri Prime. There you go. So, right, we need to upgrade the fleet design. So, all our ships want to start using jump drives. It's a dangerous technology. There are downsides to using this technology, but the strategic advantages it will give us, I want at this point in the game. So we're gonna go for it, and actually costs the same amount of power as our current hyperdrive, so that's okay actually. So I'm gonna just upgrade all the ships to use these. Won't upgrade the civilian ships to use it. I don't think there's a need for that, really. We will upgrade our troop transports, though. We'll actually make sure these guys got all the defences they need. There we go. And extra hull points. Oh, it didn't auto-upgrade the armour. What? What does autocomplete... No, autocomplete does not give it all the armour and stuff. No, at this point in the game, I want you to have full... like, all the armour you can have. And decent shields, please. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, you can't actually put anything on the transport module, can you? No. That would make sense. Although, some ground bombardment weapons on a transport would make sense. Right, all the designs are fully upgraded, yes? Yep. Okay. Alright, the fleet... Well, actually, we'll wait for those ships to arrive in Bogor, and then I'll upgrade them en masse. But this will allow us to move much faster strategically, and we won't be limited to these hyperspace lanes anymore. They worked out pretty well for us. You know, they do allow pretty fast movement. They have advantages over other forms of FTL, which is why I kind of like them. But I think at this point in the game, we want to be moving faster than these allow, because you have to go through every single system en route, and that is slow. Oh god, Canfari have taken a lot of territory over here. We need to do something about these guys. They are going to be a problem. Is there any way I can make some kind of grand galactic alliance against them? Can we need to invite people to our Federation. You guys, that acceptance is coming down, or rather going up. It was negative 60, now it's negative 17, now it's negative 16. Damn it, we just need to... I mean, they like us plenty enough, and we'll agree to it, and they're nice and powerful now. Oh god, I don't like that territory expanding at all. Maybe the Canfari and the Uva Zavani can just go to war with each other. That would be nice. I'd like that if they could go to war together. Have you finished all your construction? You have. Right. Okay, those are the oh, okay, I made a mistake. I built all the wrong things. They're on a different order now. Why have they changed order? I guess because it's in the order of what got updated last, where I was looking at it in the order of size, which is how it had been previously. I didn't realise it actually changed it by order of what was designed last. I guess that makes sense, but it's kind of annoying because I've played the entire game up until this point, and it was in the other order. Okay, so we built 2 Sol-class fortresses out here, and then we've got this fortress here. I mean, that kind of works. So they'll jump into one of those 2 points, which is still between 2 stations, and then get attacked. And we've got the fleet there, we've got... yeah. I'll leave that be for now. Like I said, they're not really going to be a massive stumbling block for any fleet that comes in, but it might help a little bit. Now, we've got all our ships together here. What are we actually sitting on? 60 corvettes, 50 destroyers, 60 cruisers, and 45 battleships, plus our dreadnought. That's not a bad fleet. I'd actually start, at this point I want more cruisers and more battleships, and that's pretty much it. The corvettes, as long as you've got a decent number of corvettes with advanced afterburners and plasma cannons, they can get in there and do a lot of damage, and they're quick and easy to replace. But you don't want a whole fleet of them. So I think destroyers have pretty much had their day. We just want cruisers and battleships at this point. But let's get you guys upgrading, which is going to take a fair lot of minerals, but that'll be alright. And yeah, we're slightly negative balance, that's fine. Where are you upgrading? Why can't you upgrade there? They're both level 6 space stations. Why would you not upgrade at the same space station? Ah, game, you confuse me utterly sometimes. Those space stations are identical, I think. No, in fact, that one's better because it's got an engineering bay. I don't understand. Game, you confuse me, but I'm just going to let that happen. While we're doing that, we will start building... Screw it, I want like another 20 cruisers on this fleet. So let's start with a bunch of Achilles class. This is going to go through my minerals pretty quickly. The fact I can't buy any minerals from a trade enclave is really going to hurt us. Let's build 10 at a time. We just want to move up to that naval capacity cap as soon as we can. Okay, well the Mandate of Yim has been split in 2, which is nice. I mean, if I wasn't facing imminent attack, I'd be tempted to try and take that you know, as soon as that truce wears out, I want to start snapping up all this territory over here. You know, they've got 6 colonies that are cut off from the main rump of the Empire. I would have liked that. But I guess we need to play defensively a little bit. Make sure we build the fleet up. Yeah, you can see the difference in military power on the ships that are built in certain space stations and ones that are built in other space stations. You can also see how much faster they move now. They're already all in Bogor. So now we have this jump range. This is the range of the jump drive, and you can just jump anywhere in that range, which is what makes it so great. like I said, there is a downside to it. There's a reason not everyone does that. We'll probably come to that later.
Construction complete.
Let's try and get as many cruisers out of Earth as we can, actually. It's a small difference in military power, but, you know, over like 20 ships it's going to add up. But okay, I'm going to take a break here. Not much happened this episode. We're basically preparing for the future.
Complete.
And everything's finishing being built, which is nice.
Ships upgraded.
And we've got the fleet
Construction
upgraded.
Complete.
Cool. Okay. Right, I'm going to take a break here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Do feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you did. And hopefully, I'm going to see you later for the next one of these. And we'll see if we can win this war against all of these fallen and awakened empires. Bye.